Yo, what up, everybody? So today we're going to talk about Gavin Newsom's failures. They just keep adding up. This guy has no accomplishments to speak of. It's actually comical that libtards want this guy to be their guy for 2028, which ghetto fabulous Jasmine Crockett already admitted to. She already admitted this, that the elites are already 100% going to back this guy. And the fire aid money, $100 million raised, gone. Guess who that money went to? He gave it to his buddy George Clooney. One of the people that got some of the money was George Clooney. All of it went to NGOs. All of it went to these like racist NGOs that will only give it to black and brown indigenous people or something. I don't even know what that means. Like, why do they only... They weren't even... The victims were mostly white people that lived in the like suburbs. So they've already said not $1 of that fire aid money went to the victims of this natural disaster. And he's getting exposed for that. So, but that's not in the video, but that's why I'm putting this out right now. And not to mention the land grab he tried to do for the where the area that caught on fire. He got exposed for that. He tried to do a land grab. They had announced that they had come to a deal to build low-income housing properties on that land, and they got so much backlash. It got approved. California passed it quietly, and then somebody on Gavin Newsom's team announced it. That blew up. He said, "Oh, we're so happy to announce this," and then like a couple hours later, they said, "We're halting it. We're halting it. It's postponed right now. We're going to steal your land because in California, we take what we want. It's okay if we do that. But all the weirdos that support Palestine because Israel's doing that, we don't support that." Yeah, it's pretty hypocritical, isn't it? So now his latest failure is he wants to gerrymander and redistrict all of California again because he's a douchebag and he thinks that Californians want that. Even the wokest Californians don't want this because they know we're going to have to pay for it. We're going to be stuck with the bill having to do this. So it's failing. And now Californians want to split because it's 60-40 and we only have 14% Republican representation out here. How does that work? 60-40? So now Californians, it's backfiring on them massively.
Today, it's the deadline for the state's attorney general to weigh in on California Democrats' attempts to redraw the Golden State's congressional maps.
Also this morning, a California Republican leader is ramping up rhetoric even higher as he's set to propose splitting the state in two.
There's this map that's creating another headline. That's because State Assembly Republican leader James Gallagher set to unveil a plan this morning to literally redraw and split California into two separate states. Under his plan, more than 10 million Californians in most of Northern California, but not including Sacramento, Solano, nor Yolo counties, would be part of a new inland state. Now, back out here live, the idea...
I love this, dude. Because if you look at this, all that gold area... That's where the majority of taxpayer money comes from that pays for the blue area's benefits. Do you see? And now that all the big tech companies have moved out, all these people are gone. So this is all blue collar right here and business owners right here and farmland and farm owners that are paying taxes so that all the people in the blue that are on benefits can live comfortably in their Section 8 housing and EBT and free healthcare and all that stuff. If we separate, they're screwed.
New inland state. Now,
they know it too.
Back out here live, the idea of splitting California into two, not new, and has repeatedly failed efforts in the past. Regardless, a news conference from State Republican leader James Gallagher set for 10 o'clock this morning here at the state capitol to once again float that idea of splitting California.
They must stop giving conservatives this free gold Trump survivor coin.
Specifics here and whether the state split could be successful for the first time in state history, because this is not the first time we've talked about this, Chris.
No, and splitting the state would be a very long process, one that is allowed by the California Constitution, but which would require the approval of both the state assembly and the state senate and the voters of California. The so-called two-state solution would split the state vertically, with the Bay Area and all but one coastal county in the west, including LA, Santa Barbara, San Diego. This would represent about 3/4 of California's population. To the east, most of the inland areas, Northern California, Sierra Nevada, Central Valley, and Southern California's Inland Empire, about 10 million Californians. Today, state Republicans said that the split would give rural voters a voice, which they say will be silenced if the new redrawn congressional maps are approved by voters in the November 4th special election.
It'll never pass.
One of the authors there, James Gallagher of Northern California, said that this impacts water rights, the price of fuel, firefighting resources, the battle between ranchers and environmentalists, and so on. We also asked a political science professor to weigh in.
Now, when you strip us of all representation and you deprive us of our voice, then we have no other option but to move forward in a civil way and pursue our own dreams. That is the American way.
I think that the California voters want a split state. I think California is proud to be California in the form and the shape that it currently is.
Nah, lefties don't want to split, but 100% the Republicans want to split. And it's the will of the people, man. I don't understand why they can't do this. They should 100% do this. Everybody gets what they want.
Now, California's redrawn congressional maps are meant to be temporary and offset to Texas's new congressional maps drawn along party lines. In 2030, redistricting would revert back to the Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission, which considers census data, not political leanings. Now, splitting the state has been proposed 220 times in California's history. Most recently, a state splitting proposal did make it onto the ballot in 2018, but the Supreme Court ultimately pulled that measure. Otherwise, the efforts have been unsuccessful. Obviously, Marcus, we're still here.
Yeah, they need to just stay out of this. I think they should put it on the ballot, leave it there, and let's see what happens. You know, why not? So let's get into some of Gavin Newsom's meltdowns. He's totally spazzing out, and it's hilarious to see this guy have his Trump meltdowns. So everybody knows that he's failing on crime, and he won't just admit that he needs help with crime and admit that there's a crime problem. So let's check this clip out where he just deflects like a retard.
Red states that you say are higher, and at the same time, we're here because you're surging law enforcement across the state. So, do you believe that crime is a problem in California or not?
Well, curious question. I made the entire point that crime's an issue, and we want to tackle it, and we continue to do more in that.
Then why don't you accept help, you retard?
Space, and we announced and highlighted some of the expansion. What is not contradictory, respectfully, is that we're doing it in partnership with our local communities. We did it in partnership with the Biden administration.
They need help. They're understaffed, dude. That's what these people don't get. Like, lefties don't get it. Oh, we're working with them. There's not enough people there to work with.
Prior. We're not talking about the nationalization, the militarization of the Guard and militarizing United States cities. So, quite the contrary.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hurry up, let's end it. Run, coward, like you always do. Such a coward, dude. Okay, now he has a couple meltdowns at this Politico thing. This is pretty hilarious too. So here we got another meltdown of Newsom, where Trump gave him a 2028 Trump hat, and he's losing his mind over it, and he doesn't realize he's trolling him. But he has his whole team pretending to be Trump, trolling. Like, I don't even know who he's trolling. Trump's not running in 2028. But he thinks Trump is going to run again.
I mean, he tried to light democracy on fire. He dialed for 11, almost 12,000 votes. Now he's doing it in plain sight. And people say, oh, it's just Trump being Trump.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
But people actually think this guy's serious about having another election. You think he's joking about 2028? You think when he brings foreign leaders to the Oval Office and he goes to the White House store, have you seen this? Anyone? Is it just me? And he shows them the 2028 hats? He's not being serious?
He's so triggered.
Wake up. You will lose your country. Again, it's not about Democrats.
Yeah,
It's
that's
about all
the
of
only
us.
low
You're
IQ.
absolutely convinced he's.
That's the only. See, his low IQ base will actually believe this because they're all Blue Anon conspiracy theorists now. But the trouble with their conspiracy theories is none of them come true. They're actually just super low IQ takes on everything. So it's just another way for them to radicalize the base and try to get them scared that Trump is sleeping underneath their bed.
2028.
You've seen it. He's tried to steal the last election. He's trying to rig it in plain sight this time.
Yeah, he stole the election in 2024. By how again? What's your guys' conspiracy theories? We haven't really heard anything that has any credible evidence, unlike, the conspiracy theories of the 2020 election. But good luck with that, man. Yeah, this guy is just an absolute joke. This interviewer completely lost control. Now check this out. This is where he loses it.
He wants to get rid of vote by mail. He's talking about eliminating voting machines he doesn't like. He's setting up the contours where he can declare a declaration of emergency for anything. Just cause means whatever he just said.
Bro, he's literally trolling this dude. And he made a joke about that with, what's his name? Zelensky. Like, this dude is I don't understand how Democrats are this stupid, but they really do believe this stuff.
Truth Social. He's running the greatest grift operation in world history. I mean, it makes some of these dictators overseas blush.
Look at the interviewer. Look at this interview.
Not just the perfume.
He hasn't even asked a question.
I mean, come on.
Let me ask you about a couple of your.
Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Let me ask you about a couple.
Excuse me, and I know it's impolite. We have to be more calm and demure.
Couple of your own.
But I'm not calm, and I'm not going to submit myself to niceties.
This is
trying to wreck our goddamn country.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Wannabe tough guy, dude. Wannabe tough guy. That's how Democrats think that men want to see a man act. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at legs crossed like a woman, arms crossed. Look at the face. So about to cry again. Another man about to cry. Another Democrat man about to start shedding tears. This dude is an absolute buffoon, and lefties want to vote for this guy while California is an absolute disaster. And he's losing popularity, by the way. They just came out with a poll. He's dropped like by 10 points in 2 weeks because his whole thing was just, I'm going to copy Trump, and I guess that's that people caught on to that grift, and a lot of people are questioning them that supported it at first. Like, why do you support this? This is kind of stupid. Where's the policy? There's no policy. He just has another scandal after scandal after scandal. I can't even do a video without getting through one scandal. Another one comes up. It's like, dude, I'm packing too many scandals into one video. And this is who they want for their president, dude. This is the guy right here, dude. Sir cries a lot right here. Little bitch face, little bitch boy. Look at this, sitting like he's a pussy. This is what a fucking pussy looks like. Oh, leave a comment, like, subscribe.